Well, we had a chameleon lay eggs yesterday, and when we woke up this morning, we noticed that she was all done. The kind of sand was all back in place. What chameleons do is they will spend about a day digging holes. Sometimes actually we have chameleons that dig for a couple of days. They'll dig some test holes and then finally find the one that they like the best. There's our first egg. And then they'll go down and they'll lay. And yesterday when I was working in the chameleon room, I could hear this girl, she's an ambelobe, digging. And we cover them up. They will abandon their spot if they feel threatened, if people can see them. It's just an adaptation that or a defense mechanism, I should say, rather, that they will not continue to dig if they feel like they've been threatened. So we cover our girls when we notice them digging with towels, hooked, just kind of laid over a dowel, and then we put command hooks on the cages. And so when we notice that there's a girl down in her laying bin, we'll just toss the dowel over the command hook, and then she's got the privacy she needs. And we try to be quiet in the chameleon room when we're cleaning, just to kind of give that girl the privacy that she needs. And then we leave them be, and we just check on it. So today when we came downstairs, we noticed that she was back up in her plants, basking, covered with dirt. So we usually make sure to give her a good soak, make sure she's drinking, give her some bugs, because many times right before they lay, they kind of will become less hungry. And she probably wouldn't have eaten for a couple of days before this. So you want to make sure after they've done all of that hard work that you make sure to give them a good long soak, not a soak, but a drink, and the opportunity to eat right away. So what I'm doing right now is I filled up an incubation tub, that's the one I'm putting the eggs into, with nothing but vermiculite and water. I mix it with water until I notice that if I, take a clump and I squeeze it, that only a couple of drops will come out, if that. So it's just moist. It's definitely not soaking wet. And right now, the eggs have not begun to develop. So while I'm trying to be careful, I'm not really worried about flipping them over or air pockets or anything like that. If you were to find a clutch of eggs, maybe in a plant in your chameleon cage, and you're not sure how long that they've been there for, you definitely want to be careful, because at that point the eggs have probably started to develop. There will be kind of this air pocket on the top that if you turn the eggs over, they can suffocate. But right now, no development has taken place thus far. So while, yes, I'm trying to be careful, I'm not really worried about that just yet. What I've noticed, the eggs that we've had over, the last years that I've been watching them, I'm noticing that there really isn't much development in the egg until about 2 months' time. So I'll candle them, which is kind of taking a cool LED light. I'll hold it up against them, and for the first 2 months, they'll be pretty bright yellow. Right about that 2-month point, I'll start to see a pinkening and veins developing, and that's when I know that the eggs are starting. And again, that 2-month time period all depends on your incubation type, your incubation temperatures. Here in New England, our master bedroom closet tends to have really good temps. Through the winter, we do put a kind of an external heat source in there that keeps it, we keep ours right about 75-ish. During the summer, we probably won't even need that heat source. It stays a good steady temp, about 75. We're lucky. A lot of people around the country are, have to use incubators, and we could definitely use an incubator too if we didn't have just really good luck with temps in our closet. So I'm just kind of looking around now because it looks like I've gotten all of the eggs out. I just want to make sure I didn't, oh, no, see? That I didn't miss any, which I did. This is a pretty big clutch. When we first started doing this, one of our very first chameleons with, at that time we were absolutely not experts on the subject. Just kind of figuring it out, doing lots of research from other people that have been through it, but she was laying consistently clutches of about 40 to 45 eggs at a time, which we thought was great. Come to find out, it's probably a little bit too big of a clutch for a panther chameleon. She definitely was overfed. So now, with more proper kind of knowledge, and we're very careful to try to not overfeed if we can help it. Our chameleons are laying clutches in the mid-20s. This one, 2, 3, 4, 29 eggs, which is a little bit bigger than we've been getting, but pretty healthy clutch. All the eggs feel nicely structured. The outside of the egg is pretty dry. There's no shine to it. Typically when we have eggs that are too shiny, sometimes they're fine, and sometimes they'll end up not being fertile. If they're kind of off in color, they could not be fertile. You never really know. Females, this is, I think, the biggest thing that we get questions on, is that female chameleons will lay eggs even if they have not been with a male. So that's always something that you have to take into consideration when you're buying a female. Some customers want to spend a smaller amount of money, which is great because the female chameleons make amazing pets. I think personally that they are very sweet. It's gonna get jumpy for a minute. Just wanted to show you one of our females. I think that these guys are super sweet, great personalities. So sometimes a female can be an amazing pet. You just have to be prepared for the added challenge of what a female brings when they get to be mature. So, I hope you liked this video. I'm gonna go put these eggs up in our closet, kind of clean up, make sure this girl has had a good amount of water, and get her healthy again. Thanks for watching.